Hi, everybody. It is Dr. Temu of Coaching by Temu and Innovative Education and Training Solutions. And I'd like to thank you for joining me this evening. I'm just sending out to people that I am live. I know that I should be better at determining or saying when I'm going live, but like I said, I do it based on opportunity, right? So, how is everybody doing? Let me make sure I get Sassy V Clutches in here because I know she'll be mad if she's not on here. And let's see if Christelle's gonna come on. All right, everybody else, just share it. Let's see. Hey, well, Kamara, you on? Why am my thing looking like this? Okay, so hi everybody. I'm really here to talk. What am I here to talk about? I'm here to talk about a couple things. I'm here to talk about why. Listen. Okay, let's start. Let's reverse. And on Saturday, I met an old student of mine, I would have taught him at college, and we were discussing a lot of things because he's an idea guy and he has some research going on. And then we were talking about how people are always saying that you should niche down, right? That you should be focusing on one thing and one thing only. And if you don't give your focus to only one thing, then it limits your ability to be great. That's basically what people are saying. The truth is that yes, although you do need focus, you can focus on multiple things or multiple projects, just not at the same time. And so you need to block time appropriately in order to complete in blocks of time a particular thing or work on a particular portion of a project. So yes, you can have multiple projects happening. And I've talked to you all already about the fact that I have refused to niche myself down and to do only one thing because I have many talents. But I do focus in blocks of time, and that's called deep work. And if you look up deep work, there's this wonderful book on deep work. I think there's the audiobook to it. And deep work talks about techniques that you can use to maximize productivity and be more efficient and effective when you are working on multiple projects. The trick is to not work on things at the same time, like piece of this here, piece of that there. No. Focus on discrete units of productivity and get those done. But here is something that was really interesting to me that I didn't know. So my student told me, do you know, Ms. Brown, that this saying that we always use to justify why you should only work on one thing is incomplete. And that saying is, you all know it, you are a jack of all trades and master of none. And it's supposed to be like a degrading thing, saying that, you're really like not a specialist in your field. But the actual entire quote is, you can be a jack of all trades and master of none is still often better than a master of one. That's the actual quote. Jack of all trades and master of none is oftentimes better than a master of one. Meaning that it's generally better to be able to do many things, many projects, than only focus on one thing. And so that leads us to a discussion on multiple streams of income. Now, I want to talk about multiple streams of income, high healthy curves, because remember, let's go back to the quote. And if Kareem is the one who, my past student, he was like, Ms. Brown, listen to the full quote. Jack of all trades and master of none. That's where we stop. The rest of the quote is oftentimes better than a master of one. So we all know, and if you don't know at this point, that you should have multiple streams of income. But my clients often get confused by what that means. What it does not mean is that you are selling multiple products in your business or offering multiple services under the same umbrella. Hi, Ija. Hi, Ija the goat. Hi, the Glam Studio. Let me wave up to Ija there. All right. So multiple streams of income does not mean that you are selling multiple things in your one storefront. It does not mean that you are selling multiple products in your product portfolio. So if you have a business, let's say you're selling natural juices and you sell cucumber juice, breadfruit juice. A lady told me the other day she does Tanya juice. That is not a multiple stream of income. It's the same source of income. That doesn't count. If you have a storefront and in that storefront you have multiple products, that is not multiple streams of income. I don't care what anybody tells you. It's the same source targeting the same set of clientele or customers. So that doesn't count. If you are a service provider and let's say that you do hair, and you do weaves, you do braids, you do wash and go, you do curl set or whatever, that's not multiple streams of income. They're all the same source of income. So multiple streams of income means that you must have income coming in from different sources or distinct entities or distinct projects. Okay? So a good example would be if you owned, let's see the Glam Studio. The Glam Studio, if you have your glam shop, that is one stream of income. Doesn't matter what you're doing there. If you do weave, if it don't matter, it's one stream of income. But let's say that you launch an additional service that targets high-end customers only. Now we're moving to another target audience, and you do personal shopping or brand imaging, or you're their personal stylist or hair guru. That is a different source of income. Why is that? Well, it's that way because it's different sources and a different target market. Then you want to think about money that is made while you sleep. Passive income, which isn't really so passive because you have to do a lot of work to drive interest in the things that become your passive income. Okay? So let's say that you make money from real estate, or let's say you also make money from teaching. So let's use me. So you know there's Coaching by Tamu, but Coaching by Tamu is a subsidiary, really a brand underneath my umbrella enterprise, which is Innovative Education and Training Solutions. So at Innovative Education and Training Solutions, there are multiple income streams. So you have the Coaching by Tamu brand that targets entrepreneurs, a different source, right? You have the CXC classes, which we've been doing online and via email since 2012. That's a different source. Okay? I have training clients, corporate and private entities and public sector clients that contracts me to do training or create curriculum for them. That's a different source of income. So multiple sources of income means that if something happens in your business, you have other sources of money. So for instance, this is why thinking of all of the products you buy, you sell, or services you deliver under the same umbrella as multiple sources is incorrect. Here's an example. So let us say that let's use the juices. And let us say that your entire, St. Kitts had a hurricane, right? St. Kitts had a hurricane, all the, this does happen, all the fruit trees, all the vegetables decimated, right? The fields are plucked. So it doesn't matter that you have cucumber, it doesn't matter you have tanya, it doesn't matter you have pumpkin juice, it doesn't matter. Because that one source, right, all the juice comes from one place. It's made from you growing product. And the product in the field is no longer there. And so therefore, everything is gone, your entire source of income. So multiple sources of income does not mean selling multiple products of the same brand. It's not the same thing. So if you're just joining me, hi Sassy V Clutches, hi Island Photo. I was just talking about a quote that one of my past students from when I was a lecturer, we spoke about it on the weekend, and he said, Miss Brown, this quote is often used to degrade people who have creative minds and want to do a number of things. And that quote is jack of all trades and master of none. And he said, but Miss Brown, I was reading and I found out that is not the entirety of the quote. The entirety of the quote is jack of all trades, but master of none is oftentimes better than a master of one, right? So this is how we segued into multiple streams of income. Now let's segue again. And now I want to segue into revenue, right? And understanding how to plan and create revenue goals and why those revenue goals are important. Now, I'm going to be doing a workshop. Remember, I was the workshop queen pre-COVID, but COVID came, but I was known for the workshops, right? So I was the workshop queen. So I'm going to be partnering with a peer of mine from St. Vincent, and she does small businesses accounts and bookkeeping. And so we're going to twin on a project, a workshop, an online workshop. And we are going to be talking about revenue setting, revenue generation, and bookkeeping and record keeping. Now, this is important because oftentimes, I'm a growth coach. And so when people want to grow their businesses, they need to provide proof of their financial records to some entity that is giving them money. Because the truth is, you can grow by bootstrapping, which is reinvesting your own revenue. But depending on your venture, sometimes you will need somebody else's capital to do that. And oftentimes, entrepreneurs run into problems because they do not have the records to show. And these, whether it's a financial institution, a grant agency, etc., they need records. But the thing is, you need records for yourself too. And remember, I spoke about the fact, I think it was last week Tuesday, I think it was, about data. and the fact that there's some non-tangible or intangible data that we often ignore. But the record keeping is in the realm of the tangible data. And oftentimes you are making, because I've done it too, making decisions about your business without the data from your financial records. And that is always an issue, right? That is problematic. And so that workshop, we're going to talk about that, but we're really going to get into the nitty gritty and show you how to keep your records, how to generate revenue, how to set revenue goals, how to achieve revenue goals. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. If you're on the replay, put a comment in the replay, send me a DM in case you want to be notified when our workshop is out. Mid-April-ish, around there. Now, I want to talk about coaching and why coaching is important and why coaching costs, it's an investment. And coaching isn't cheap. Coaching ain't $20. Coaching ain't $50. That is not coaching, right? So, it's like when you go to the doctor and you go to the doctor for diagnostics, and the doctor also prescribes what they feel will help solve your pains. And that is exactly what a coach does. That is what I do in coaching sessions. I hear your pains, your pain points, your challenges in your business. And through my expertise, my years of expertise, working with more than 500 at this point, entrepreneurs across the region in a variety of ways, from one-on-ones, from accelerator programs, through partnerships with entities like Caribbean Export, with World Bank, with CDB, etc., right? So many entrepreneurs. I have an amazing insight into what your problem is and how to solve it. Not to mention the fact that I have a doctorate in technology entrepreneurship. So when you pay for coaching, you're not paying for a conversation. You are paying to have clarity. You're paying to receive an accurate diagnosis of the root cause of your business problems. And you're paying to receive an actionable remedy to assist you in solving or reducing your pain, solving your pain or reducing the pain, right? And moving you to the next level. Growth coach. That's why I'm a growth coach, right? Now, for me to do that, or when I do that for you and work with you in that way, it's a very personal way, it's a very customized way, and you get the benefit of years of expertise and academic training. And my work with you, you can see from, what the young people say, Tao, my son, they got the receipts, he fall asleep. Got the receipts, right? You can check my Instagram, you can check my website, tamocoaching.com, and you can see the receipts. When people work with me, they get results. When people work with me, they move from idea to implementation. And not any little implementation. They move from having just an idea to being on the shelves in supermarkets, etc. So not any small result, big results. And what you have to invest for coaching is really minimal, to be honest, because my work with you and your investment with me can double or triple your bottom line. Yeah. And so that's why coaching is a premium product. And it's really not even at the price point that it should be. So the value that I am providing, the solutions that I am providing, and the work that we are doing together to co-create a pathway to achieve exponential growth in your business requires investment. Huh? And I'm unapologetic about that. Why? Because I had to invest in myself. And that also did not come cheap. Now, I am clear that not everyone can afford to coach with me. I am also clear that not everyone can afford to join Level Up Ladies. I am also clear that not everyone can join Jumpstart, but now Jumpstart's price has been reduced because, well, initially the price has been reduced because my son is snoring. Towel! You are snoring in my life. Gosh, sorry about that. But it's real, right? So I'm aware Jumpstart is gonna stay at that price point. I lowered the price point from the 2019 price point because now I'm not doing it live in person, but all the amazing content, etc., is there in the online classroom. So if you're a Jumpstart grad, post a picture and tag me and mention me with your certificate or, you know, etc. Hey Blanche, I'm about to wrap up now, okay? So yes, so I'm aware that not everyone can afford those services that are the higher end services because, you know, you have to work up. But sometimes you need to save up so you can invest in things that grow your business. So that's why I have a form. The link is in the bio. And based on your budget, based on your challenges, once you fill that form out, then I can recommend something for you within your price point and to match your problems, right? Help your pain points. So, you know, I just wanted to clarify the concept of coaching. And Yafine has joined. Hey, Yafine. And, you know, I know that coaching is abstract. It is not something that has been done in the Caribbean, this concept of the business coach. But the business coach is your guide. The business coach is your mentor. And if I can't be your mentor, I find mentors for you that help you on your journey. I am the resource, the holder of resources, right? I am the one who helps you to understand information, to navigate the environment, to provide you with resources to help you in your growth. That is what a coach is. So I am your constant guide, right? As you move to grow your business. So who am I not for? I am not for people who want to do a side hustle as a hobby. No. So I respect that you want to do that, but I don't work with people who are about hobbies. I am for the growth-oriented, ambitious, and driven entrepreneur, generally Caribbean females, right? Caribbean women, whether they are in the Caribbean or out in the diaspora, that's who I work with. And I work with those women who have huge aspirations for their businesses. These women want to export their goods and services. These women want to provide generational wealth. These women want, or men, you're welcome to, these women want to provide a legacy for their families and contribute a distinguishable brand and create impact in the world by what they do. So I am for the bold entrepreneur. I am for the entrepreneur who wants to grow. I am for the hyper-driven entrepreneur. I am for the resourceful entrepreneur. And I am for the entrepreneur who understands that you have to invest in order to increase your worth and your business's worth. I am for the entrepreneur who has invested in their own growth over the years, not with me necessarily, but before they met me, they were, investing in programs and courses. I am for the entrepreneur who has tried a business and is pivoting or failed and coming again. That's who I'm for, right? And I make no apologies because this is the synergy and energy that I require to do my best work and for us to do our best work together. Now, this is March. It's a new month and the quarter is almost like over. Can you imagine that? Huh? And let's talk about what's coming for Coaching by Tamu and Innovative Education and Training Solutions. I think at the top I explained that Innovative Education and Training Solutions is actually my brand, right? It's actually my company name. And Coaching by Tamu is one of those multiple sources of income, right? A separate brand, but under that umbrella. So let's talk about what's coming for 2021. So what's coming? Okay, so the first thing that's coming, I believe next month, is an online workshop that's gonna walk you through revenue goal setting, revenue generation, and record keeping and bookkeeping, because it make no sense you making revenue and don't know where your money going. And I'll be collaborating with a colleague from St. Vincent who does this in her business all the time, works with small businesses, etc. And that workshop will be coming in April, so you'll hear more about that. The other thing that is coming is that I am going to be talking about, with guests, experts, things that affect female entrepreneurs that are outside of the actual bottom line context. So I'll be talking mental health. I'll be talking sexual harassment. I'll be talking so many things, talking about so many things that affect female business owners, particularly of Caribbean descent or in the Caribbean context. Because as an educator, I understand that coaching and education is holistic. And really, sometimes we cannot do our best work. We cannot show up as our best selves. We cannot build the best and the biggest businesses or the boutique businesses, whatever business that you want to build. We can't do that because there are a number of things that are stopping us that are outside of the bottom line. And also as Caribbean people, there are a number of things that we don't engage in effectively because it's just not in our sociocultural norm and we just don't know how to do it, like raising capital and understanding what that is, like networking. And so I'll be having conversations with experts and really talking about those things that affect us and hold us back. So that's coming. Now, under the Innovative Education and Training Solutions umbrella, we have relaunched our CXC Cape courses. Go to tamubrown.com, sign up. That registration is ongoing and that's out there. But also, I don't know if you know, but I love tech and all things tech, etc. And I always like new ideas, cutting edge ideas, early adoption ideas, etc. And so I'll be adding to my Tammuz Academy, and I'll be talking and doing expert workshops, I would say, in the areas of things like investment, in things like cryptocurrency, in things like growing wealth, etc. And if you were with me in 2019, you know that I hosted currency conversations where I, spoke. I think my guest was, not I think, my guest was Leah Chatterton, my cousin, an attorney at law, and she was really talking with me and my audience about using the law and using insurance and these sorts of mechanisms to grow wealth. And it got such a great response. And currency conversations was a movement. But I began thinking about it, and I thought, you know what, I should have more of these currency conversations, but I think I should just have critical conversations, right? And so I'll be bringing in people for Tammuz Academy to discuss things like how to invest in stocks in the US stock market if you're in the Caribbean. Or even if you're not in the Caribbean, you just ain't know how, right? Because as Caribbean people, we ain't really know how. How to invest in cryptocurrency. What altcoins and cryptocurrency is best. So I want to have conversations that educate and empower, increase your ability to grow your wealth. So that's coming as well with Tammuz Academy. So that's really what's on my, agenda that people will be able to see for 2021. So, hi Butterfly Media SKN, you just joined in, now we're done. Hi Roper Consultants. So what I'll do is, since some people have just joined, I'll take some questions. So if you have a question for me about business, if you have a question for me about services, if you have a question for me about coaching or education or anything like that, then you can ask it below. Now is the time before I say goodbye. So Butterfly Media is laughing. Yeah, girl, I don't know you. Come on. But you can always watch the replay. Butterfly Media SKN is one of my level up ladies. Yafine is also on here. I'm not sure if she's still on here, but she's also one of my level up ladies. Sassy V Clutches joined earlier. She is a Jumpstart Your Business alum. Kamara of Talent Plus logged on first. She was fuss. And she's also one of my level up ladies. And previous to being a level up lady, she was a regular coachee. And she was also in Jumpstart Your Business, okay? And so this is the type of thing. I like to work with the women and the people who understand that investment is required for growth and who aren't scared of investment. And everybody's investment level looks different, but I am okay with that. Yeah, you're late. I'm okay with that. All right, so I'm wrapping. And so let's see what I spoke about. I'm going to wrap what we spoke about. So we spoke about 1, jack of all trades, but master of none is oftentimes better than a master of one. Meaning that you are better off having multiple streams of income, as we all know, than one. I went on to talk about what multiple streams of income look like and a common misconception about what multiple streams of income are. Right? Then I talked about the fact that I would be moving to talk about revenue creation, generation, etc., and record keeping, because it's a huge opportunity for a lot of businesses to learn more. Because even if you are generating revenue, you're often not doing your record keeping properly. And because of that, you're not keeping revenue. And because of that, you're limiting your growth as well, because you just don't have records, nor do you have the data that is required to give you some insight. I believe we then went into, I feel like I'm missing something, but you won't see it on the replay. I talked about what is a coach, why coaching is important, what a coach does for you. I talked about the types of entrepreneurs that I target and that I work with. And I talked about what's coming for the Innovative Education and Training and Coaching by Tamu brand, the initiatives that are coming along. And so I encourage you to be a jack of all trades, but master of none, who is better than the person who is just a master of one. So that's it for me. I know I was late giving notice, but it's when I had the time. So watch me on the replay. DM me any questions you have. I look forward to working with you. Bye.